Hi everybody, I'm going to show you how to change the manual transmission fluid on a Geo Metro today. Okay, when working on a Geo Metro, it's easiest to put it up on a set of ramps. The car is light enough that most ramps are more than suitable. First thing you're going to notice, looking at the top of the engine, is that there is no access to the manual transmission filler port, or no good access from above. You can see them down on the side, but the best way to look at it is to go from underneath. So we'll crawl under here and I'll point them out. Okay. Underneath the car, you see the transmission over here. On the bottom here is the drain plug for the transmission fluid. Now, it's not a normal socket wrench fitting. It's actually the socket itself. Looks like about a 1/4 inch. So just use your, or not a 1/4 inch. What is that, a 3/8 inch? It's my standard socket size. So that has to be loosened to drain your old fluid. Before I loosen this, I'm going to make sure that I can open up the filler port, because without the filler port being able to open, I'll just drain my transmission fluid and that won't be a good thing. So for my mind, I'm going to make sure the first one opens. And that becomes important with these older cars. This one has 245,000 miles on it. I'm the newer owner, so I don't know when it was last changed. If we slide over more towards the driver's side, we'll see the filler port on the side. And I'll have to get to a different angle. But again, here's the drain port right here, next to these 3 screws, flat metal face area right underneath that. And the filler port is actually on the side, and I'll have to crawl a little bit lower to get in there. Okay, to get your bearings, try to focus. Filler port is right here. And I can't see if that's going to focus for me. I'll take some still shots to get it. Now you can get to that from the top, and we'll have to, but we'll have to use a long, flexible funnel to put that, to put the fluid in there. Okay, so first things first, let's see if I can get my socket in there and actually loosen that up. Okay, first, fit it in there. I'm going to extend my wrench out, and okay. The good news is that's coming loose right away. Okay, so now I can drain it with confidence, knowing that I'll be able to refill it with ease. Now on these things, they usually have a magnet on the plug itself, and that's designed to catch all the metal shavings that just wear off through normal wear and tear from your transmission. There's the old stuff. I got the plug off. That drains. And I'll show you the plug here. And this is pretty standard. Okay. I'm trying to focus. You see all that rough stuff on the end of the plug? That's a magnet, and that's all the steel and metal shavings, just your wear and tear that holds on to in between transmission fluid changes. So I'll just wipe that clean off the plug real good, and reinstall it here. Alright, here's the drain plug. It's cleaned off of metal and all the oil, so it looks like it's in good shape. And you can see the magnet right there. I'm going to go ahead and get some sealant on the edges there and screw it back into place. Just wanted to show you what it looked like this way. Okay, before I go ahead and put the filler plug back into the car, I want to go ahead and put some thread sealant on it. So this is what I have. This is just Permatex high temperature thread sealant, a couple bucks a tube, and you just put a little bit, bead this around the thread, okay, thread it into place. Just going to put a little thread sealer on the outside. Alright. Hopefully you can see that. That's all it is a thin bead of material around one of the threads. We'll go back and install this. Snug it up. This is the new transmission fluid I'm going to use, high performance manual transmission fluid by Royal Purple, called Synchromax. Good stuff. Okay, I'm looking down at the filler port on the side. I'm going to reach down and try to reach it. Yeah, you can reach from the top. I've already loosened it with my ratchet down there, so I'm just hand unscrewing it now. And here it comes. That's all that is. We'll set it there. Using my flexible funnel, I'll put that in place. And you can definitely see why flexibility is important here. In there, bend it. Make sure the hose is still open. I'm going to go underneath and make sure it's still open. Take the camera off the tripod to show you what it looks like underneath. Might be a $5 or $6 funnel, but it's definitely worth it. Okay, from the underside, you can see the funnel that I'm working around right to the side there. And I'm going to take a still picture for you as well. Okay, I just took a couple of still pictures. Now I'm going to go back up and break open the Royal Purple Synchromax and start filling up the transmission fluid again. Okay, here goes quart number 1. And you can see it's a nice purple color. Looking below for a leak. I don't see anything. Looks like it's going right where it should. Okay, second quart. Okay, I just took the manual out, looked up the manual transmission capacity, and it's 2.5 quarts. So I've added 2 quarts, and I add half quart more. Just eyeball this. Alright. And that should be it. pull this funnel out. Drip a little bit, try not to, but you always do. Inspect the cap, looks good, and put it back on. Now with this filler cap being on the side, sometimes you know it's full when it starts leaking. So we leaked a little bit there, which is too bad because I'll have to clean it off the driveway. But what I'll do is run the car today for a test run, watch the engine temperature real close to make sure we're not low on transmission fluid, and go from there. So it's a simple step to do this transmission fluid changing. Is number one, check to make sure you can open up the filler port. If you can do that, you can proceed. Number two, empty the drain port on the bottom, clean that off after you've drained all the fluid out. Put a little thread sealant on the drain plug, reinsert that, and then go ahead and fill the side input hole there with about 2.5 quarts of new transmission fluid. And that's all there is to it.